All right. Welcome to Gossip Finance. I'm Duncan.
And I'm Alacias. Duncan, what are we talking about today?
We're just going to do a fun little clip today, and we're going to talk about credit, and we're going to make fun of my favorite person in the world. Oh, yeah. Here he is.
I can't wait.
Live.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, we love him so in our own special way.
Yep. Hang on. Can you hear this at all? Or?
Katie?
Yep.
Are you there, Katie?
Hi, Katie. Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Great. How can we help?
So I'm $27,000 in credit card debt. I've used up 100% of my credit, dug myself a hole, and I don't know how to get out.
How old are you?
I am 32.
How much do you make a year?
I gross 83.
Is this the only debt you've got?
It is.
This is awesome. I'm so glad you're here.
This is a good problem to have with this income, Katie. We can clean this up fast. Is it on one card or multiple?
It's
on. We can clean this up fast. Yeah. I know nothing else about you, but I can fix this right now.
And let me guess. I bet you his idea for how you fix this is exactly the same as Dave's idea.
Which is?
Well, kids, this is, once we have our $1,000 emergency savings, we go straight to cleaning up our debt. When we clean up our debt, kids, we stop everything else. By everything else, I mean spoiler alert, we are going to stop putting money into our retirement. Let's see if I'm right.
on 6 different cards.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Biggest one being Discover, 12,000.
All right. And you clearly want to get out of this. How'd you get into it? What'd you spend the credit card money
on? Just transitioning over from one job to another, paying my way.
Oh, crap.
Got into debt. Yep.
Oh, crap. You did not spend $27,000 transitioning from one job to another.
I started out that way, and then it kept growing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an addiction.
Yeah.
I had a problem. Kept spending.
You spent $5,000 transitioning from one job to another, and you're disorganized, and you overspent buying crap you can't afford for the rest of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So I want to make sure that we at least change the behavior, because we can help you get out of debt. I just don't want you back in this mess, 2 years from now. And so what I want you to do is cut up the cards. We're done with those. You're going to list out the debts from smallest to largest. So the smallest credit card debt to the largest one, we're not looking at the interest rate. We're not going to do math right now. We're going to work on progress in getting rid of this debt. And so how much could you throw extra at the credit card debt if you're making minimum?
So I want to jump into this. I forget this guy's name. I have some clips of him, the guy with the glasses. Not Dave, the guy.
His name too. Yeah.
Let's just call him.
It'll probably come to
Let's
me.
just call him Skippy Jack Johnson. So Skippy Jack Johnson already has solved this problem, knowing nothing else about this person. I've got it. I've solved it. I know I can solve all your problems right now. It's amazing to me.
So I want to jump in here too, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the monetary solution, but I got excited for just a second when I felt like they were like, let's address the behavior and the mindset stuff, because goodness knows I'm all about that.
Sure.
But I don't know about you, Duncan. Do you feel like you address those things really well in yourself when you're ridiculed and chastised and made to feel like you're a damn liar for everything you say you're doing? Does that help? I don't know. Does it make your mindset better, Duncan?
Do you mean when people chastise me for doing something wrong, do I correct my behavior to meet their expectations?
Yeah, do you?
No, I do the opposite. Fuck them.
Right? I mean, I think a lot of people do. Or if they don't go your way, I think there's sort of a shame element that sort of takes over, and but it still doesn't result in positive behaviors. So I'm not sure that these two are doing a great job of addressing the behavior thing, other than to shame somebody into submission, and that's going to make somebody come out fighting or bury their head in the sand, both of which aren't that useful.
But see, you don't understand. Dave has the moral high ground, because he's an evangelical. He's Jesus's personal financial advisor, right? He's so close to Jesus. I'm sure they have a checking account together. So Dave knows what is and isn't moral. So you have to listen to Dave. I'm just telling you the facts. Dave and Jesus. They've made out a couple times, I'm sure.
I feel like there's some cartoon in that.
Well, I feel like Jesus is undercutting. I mean, have you seen Jesus? The guy's ripped. Dave looks like a potato. I'm not judging because I'm not in like great shape either, but I don't think I'd have a shot with Jesus. I'm just saying.
Hey, at least you know, man. At least you know.
So that's the issue I have. After I'm done paying all of my bills, each paycheck, I had $10 left the day I got paid.
You make $83,000.
Where's it going?
All bills. So
No. You told us that was your only debt. Stop.
You were going to say something?
Why does Dave always look like he's smelling shit when they talk to him?
He's smelling himself. All right, so let's.
I mean, he looks like he smells shit every time they talk, and I don't know. I have to tell you, I would struggle to be connecting with him about my story if he was making that face every time I spoke.
All right, so after tax, real quick, $83,000 after tax. She's making $65,500. She's making $5,400 a month.
I was gonna say she should be bringing home somewhere around $5,000, a little more than $5,000.
Yeah. So if you're doing that, she should be. I mean, if hypothetically, if she's being reasonable, rent and bills and everything, if she can keep all that under $4,000, she should still have some extra cash. Keeping
it probably is correct that she's not being very diligent.
Well, we've kind of nailed the issue here, which is she's overspending. The question is where, and what really needs to happen is she needs to sit down and do a budget. First thing, and it's always the first. It's always the first thing. It doesn't matter. You could be the greatest financial planner, guru, expert. You could be Jesus's financial planner. The bottom line is, we need to talk about your budget first. Everything else comes after that. I mean, that's the cornerstone everything's built on. But
and if you want to talk about budgets with us,
Lacey's got
our other budget video below, which you're gonna love because we like to keep it simple. We don't want it to be super complicated.
Yes. Lacey's got some. Lacey's has got some good budgeting strategies for you. But so they're smelling shit.
Sorry, it really cracks me up. You gotta watch his face, man. Watch his face. This is great.
Look at that. Yeah, Dave and Skippy Jack Johnson. I'm just gonna call him Skippy from now on. He looks like a Skippy.
Skippy's got his very furrowed brow. He's very serious about this.
Well, he had this whole thing solved, and then all of a sudden he doesn't. Oh my gosh! Mm-hmm. What
happened?
It's like his world turned upside down. It's like he was like, "Well, I thought good guys finished first," and no, they finished last, Skippy. And he's like,
Skippy missed the memo.
Poor Skippy.
Bob, you told us this was your only debt.
Bills for house, my rent.
How much is your rent?
$800 a month.
That's not it.
And then electric and stuff is $450. Mm-hmm. My son goes to a private school, so that's $550 a month.
Are you married?
I'm not. I'm a single mom.
Okay. All right. So
she's a fucking harlot. Unmarried. You know how Dave hates that.
It drives me crazy that was a question.
Yep.
But you know what? I do have to say, I am thinking, he'll probably say this, I don't know, I haven't watched this clip yet, but she really probably isn't doing much with the budget, because usually your rent or your mortgage is the highest expense you've got, and hers is $800, and she's bringing home, what would we say, probably $5,400, something
about
$5,000.
$5,400.
She should definitely have more than $10 left at the end.
Yeah, she's overspending. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got to identify where that is first. I mean, but
Find
let's
the
see.
little
Maybe
freak and plug it.
let's see if they help her.
The first thing is this.
Okay, I want to pause. I love this. Oh God, this was supposed to be easy, but now, oh, 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 now I've got to actually think. And look how hesitant they are. It's just fucking. I mean, watch this again because it's
So
fucking amazing to me.
what's funny is it looks like they don't know what their advice is yet, like they're actually thinking about it. When the fact of the matter is, it's the same advice every time. I already spoiled the whole damn thing by telling you what it was at the beginning.
No, I know, but their advice doesn't work in this case because
I mean,
she doesn't have a budget.
It's gonna be the advice. It's still gonna be the advice. Even
No,
whether it works or
no,
not.
I know, but now they're trying to fit a round a square peg into a round hole. I mean, that's what's so amusing. Watch the confusion.
The first thing is this. The grasping the idea that personal finance is 80% behavior, it's only 20% head knowledge. And so behaviors are what got you into this. New and healthy behaviors are what will get you out of this. Is that logical to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so what you're going
I'm going to tell you this. That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Okay, so well, I mean, I don't think the idea of bad behaviors getting you out and bad behaviors getting you into it and good behaviors getting you out is necessarily stupid. But what I want to know is where this 80-20 thing came from. Like, he's surely just making this up. Find me the thing that actually says these numbers. I'm sorry, I can't stand it when people like to just invent these percentages.
Well,
Make me crazy. Like, this is not even real math happening here.
if you're worth $100 million and you blow $50,000 a month on shopping, that's not a bad behavior necessarily because it's not going to affect you, right?
Yeah, but
We're not talking.
Leaves her with $10 left at the end of the paycheck. That's terrible.
Well, my point is it's not good or bad behavior. Is it detrimental to what you want to achieve, or is it not? It's not the idea that we're moralizing this. It's bad that you went out and bought that pair of shoes. It's not bad. You couldn't afford it, and you probably shouldn't have. But I'm not going to sit there and go,
sure.
You're an evil person for buying shoes. You know, that's what doesn't make sense.
Right. It's not necessarily good or bad, but it's certainly counter to the goal. If the goal is not to be paying these ridiculous credit cards for that much longer, then her behavior is like definitely not going in the right direction. That's for sure.
Well, I think the first goal is let's get you in a position where you're not living paycheck to paycheck.
Let's see if they do that.
I mean, that would be my first thing, and then let's talk about the debt. I mean, one thing at a time,
We're
right?
going to put you into Financial Peace University and help you. That is a 9-week class, 9 lessons, and we're going to teach you every detail about handling money. And I'm going to give it to you for free.
Oh, that's nice.
It's usually about $100 to go through it. Okay?
Oh gosh.
I'm going to give it to you free because I've been where you are, scared and didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And you're scared and you're by yourself trying to raise a kid and you don't know what to do. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to use that fear, not.
So I want to, Lacey. You were wrong. They didn't give her any advice. What did they do? They pawned her off to their fucking class so that he could advertise it. Didn't help her. Didn't give her any advice. Didn't try to work through the problem. Just pawned her off.
Yeah, they made themselves a little commercial break.
Yep. I mean, ugh, ugh, so disgusting. Um, he's pawning her off, and then he's gonna sit there and now he's gonna lecture her like he's her fucking father.
As a paralyzing agent to paralyze you, but I wanted to use you as the driving agent that says, I will never be here again. I will pay any price. I will sacrifice anything. I will do whatever it takes so that me and my kid are never on the doorstep of financial terror like this again. No matter what it takes, I'm getting out. No matter what it takes, no matter what Dave says I got to do, my friends think it's weird and it's uncomfortable to me, I'm doing it anyway because I'm never going to be here again.
Right.
You got that? This is your halftime speech,
Yeah.
okay? It's halftime and you're behind. We got to get you to win the game. You can do this.
I got to get there.
But you can't keep doing what you've been doing. So George is right. Are you going to cut up the credit cards? All of them. No exceptions as soon as you get off the phone. Say yes and mean it.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
Okay. So you notice how when he has no answer, he just goes into his little, I don't know, evangelical speech shit. Is that just me?
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead. Are you gonna?
Skippy's name is George.
No, his name is Skippy. It's Skippy Jack Johnson, and it will always be Skippy Jack Johnson.
Now that I know his first name, do you know what his last name is?
Jack Johnson.
Camel. George Camel.
That's even worse than Skippy Jack Johnson.
I thought you would enjoy it. It was an animal name.
Yeah. Well, he's got those humps. Anyway, I love how he's just nodding along the whole time, even though it's all horseshit. I mean, you're not going to do this again. No. This is a big deal. You're going to do anything.
Do you ever wonder if, like, the reason they do this is like a co-hosting thing is so Dave can make sure that his answers are the ones they regurgitate? You know, it's like checking and making sure they only have his opinion.
Well, I think they sign up to only have his opinion. They're signing up.
But
They're signing up for the money.
It's like they're not. It's not such a secret shop, but they're kind of like being secret shopped by Dave. It's like, all right, you're going to co-host with me now, and I'm going to see if you give all my answers. Make sure you say them all right.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's I'm sure that's part of it. It's a vetting sort of. You know, you need to be totally lockstep, right? It's amazing to me. So it's like, here's the difference between like you and me and Skippy, right? Is you could offer me all the money in the world, and if you said, well, you have to get up there and say crap and kiss somebody's ass, and that'll be your whole life, I'd be like, fuck it, I'll die in the street. I don't care. At least I'll be my own person. But it's like, dude, if I have to suck up to somebody my whole life, fuck that shit. I mean, that's what I don't get about these people. And that's why I love Skippy so much.
All right, well, let's see if Skippy does anything interesting.
No. I'm sure he's just going to pawn her off like Dave did.
Yeah.
Good.
I love it. Along with that, we're going to send you every dollar, and the premium version will connect to your bank. This is going to be your budgeting app. This is going to be your roadmap. This is going to tell you where you can and can't spend.
Forward through this crap?
What was that?
I said, oh my God, more commercial. Can't we just fast forward through this crap?
Let me speed through it. Yeah, no, but like I said, they're just pawning her off.
It's your permission blade. So once you set that up, along with watching the financial peace videos, it's going to give you a sense of control you've probably never had because you're paying attention to every single dollar that's coming in from that amazing $83,000 income. We're going to put it to good use. And every expense that is not necessary for survival is going to go away for a short period of time. No lifestyle. No.
And furthermore, buy Auto Brand Light spark plugs. The only spark plugs for you. Fucking you still there, Liz?
Oh my God, I'm so bored by the commercials. Let's get to the part where they actually say something. Do they ever say
vacations?
anything?
I don't know.
Cleaning this mess up because we're sick of living on the edge of terror the rest of our life.
Terror.
Right.
You can eat out
We
later.
stop eating out. Yep, we stop eating out.
Yeah.
And
Well, something's wrong with your budget.
Here.
Something's wrong with your budget. Because you're not. Something's missing in what you're telling us, which makes me think you're not really doing a good detailed budget. I think this stuff is still happening to you, but I want to teach you to happen to it. So every dollar has an assignment before the month begins. You make $83,000 a year. Is stop your retirement temporarily. Do you have retirement coming out?
I do.
Stop it temporarily today. I want that money to go towards this debt. I want you to get where you.
All right, Lace, that's on you. Stop your retirement savings.
Well, Miss Katie, what I want to know from you is, does your employer offer you a match? Because if your employer offers you a match, stopping your retirement, that's leaving some fabulously free money at the table, and we don't leave free money at the table. No, we don't do that. Now,
what about tax deductions? Do you get to deduct your retirement savings?
well, there are tax advantages, and you can have multiple types of retirement accounts that have tax advantages.
401ks are usually traditional.
Mine's Roth. I gotta say, I'm super excited about that. But yeah, if it's a traditional, you'll get the tax advantage in the now. But even like not even thinking about the whole tax thing, because that gets complicated in which type you have, et cetera, et cetera. Literally leaving free money at the table sounds absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Duncan, I got my hand out right here. I'm holding a $50 bill out here at you, and you're going to be like, never mind, I'm not ready for that yet.
No, I'm going to take my $50 and I'm going to pay off a credit card.
Hey, I love paying off the credit card. What I'm saying, though, is like, I mean, maybe if she's got like 15% going in there and the match is like 4% or something, maybe she does want to scale it back to like 4% for at least a little bit or something if she wants to do something else with her money. But I'm totally not leaving any type of a match at the table. Definitely not. Duncan, if you're going to pull $50 out of your wallet, stick your hand out to me and be like, here it is, Alacias, I'm going to take that all day long. Just saying.
Absolutely. When we have an example to show, but I just want to show just what a charlatan this is. There's no solution here. There's no discussion. There's no real investigation. It's just, well, take the class, stop your retirement. There's nothing here.
And use our app.
Yeah, there's nothing here, man. It's bullshit. We're going to run into an ad here in a second.
$10 is not okay left over.
It's not okay, Liz. I'll cut this out. So, all right, hang on.
That's the definition of terror when you're by yourself.
What was that?
That's the definition of terror.
What was that?
I said that music was super funny while he was frozen.
Yeah.
When you're by yourself.
Terror.
You have to look in the eyes of your baby, and you're scared, and you're walking around with this 300-pound weight around your neck. I want to get it off of you. And I don't know what else is coming out of your check, but if you can stop it, stop it. Anything you can stop that, not your health insurance, keep it. But, oh my goodness. And any scorched earth, food, shelter, clothing, transportation, utilities, and other than that, kiddo, you're getting out of debt. Because if you didn't have a stinking payment in the world and you had a budget where you were making your money behave instead of wondering where it went, your life would be completely different than it is right now. And we hadn't even moved you towards building wealth yet.
Right.
You're going there, though. Okay? Now, you promise me you'll do this stuff if I give it to you free?
I promise.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call back and tell us how you're doing. I want you to call back if you got any questions, if you're scared. You feel like you're by yourself, you're not. We're here for you.
Thank you.
You can do this. But I got to tell you now, if you don't do it, I'm going to kick your butt, okay?
Okay, deal.
We go to Dallas enough. Dave might find you out there. We'll be there for Smart Conference. You know what?
And let's plug our event.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this call was all advertising.
There was, yeah. No, there's nothing else to this.
It's like we forgot the substance here.
Well, there's no help. It's just yelling at somebody. I
Aren't
don't.
you motivated by that?
Oh yeah, I'm super jacked. Here's the bigger issue too. You know what? I'm gonna hang on to that for a second because there's the thing I love about Dave and Skippy and the crew is they always miss the bigger point. They always miss crucial details because they never ask, they never investigate, they never question. They have this is the formula, and we just go with the formula, and they never, and it's okay to go with the formula, but you got to ask, what numbers am I plugging into the fucking formula, right? And why am I putting them in there? Right? Because if you put bad information in, you're going to get bad information out. That's just fucking reality. I can. You can solve any equation in the world, but if all the numbers you have are fucking worthless, it's a worthless fucking equation. It's a worthless fucking result. I mean, and what kills me is they sit there and they just fucking laugh about it and they don't care. They don't care. Did they help this girl at all? What did they do? Take our class for 9 weeks. The woman's living paycheck to paycheck.
And use our app and come to our event.
Right. So we plugged all of our shit. You're living paycheck to paycheck, but you know what? I'm going to make you, a single mother, commit to a 9-week course. Right? Can she commit to a 9-week course? Does she have that kind of fucking time?
Don't know. They didn't ask.
Exactly. On top of that, it's like, okay, well, you're not going to get out of this for at least 9 weeks because you got to take the fucking course to figure out how to fucking put a budget together.
I mean, if she's got $27,000 in credit card debt, I don't think 9 weeks was the timeline on the table anyway.
Well, no, but the bigger issue is the budget issue. But that's a lot. You're asking her to commit to that. Then they're saying, okay, well, now cut out everything. All luxury.
Well,
Right?
maybe in these final 2 minutes they'll say something useful.
Oh, okay. I like your optimism.
I want to send Katie a ticket to Smart Conference as well.
Oh,
Can you do that?
Yeah.
See?
We're going to be there October 22nd. Maybe we can get to meet her.
I would love that.
She should come to our conference.
that.
Great.
That'll give her some encouragement all day long in every area.
That event
of her life.
will light a fire under me.
Oh my
I'll take notes from every speaker.
You'll be
I love
encouraged
that.
by meeting
It's some of the best
me.
speakers and teachers in the world. And I sit in the audience and take notes every time we have one of
Not
those.
because I'm going to say anything.
Yeah. The
just
thing is,
because
folks, you can do this stuff.
Be inspirational.
What was that? Say that again.
It's not because I'm going to say anything valuable. Just my presence is supposed to be inspirational.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... Well...
Oh, God. Do we want to hear the last minute, or do we want to not bother? I don't know. It's just going to be another commercial for a Smart Conference.
Yeah.
You got to be different than the world. Be not conformed to this world. You got to be weird. That's why we always yell at these people. These couple came off their house a while ago.
What was that?
Or I missed the boat. They're just going to be evangelical.
Yeah.
Debt free. You're weird. You guys are weirdos. People think I'm calling them names. I'm not calling them names. That's a huge compliment when it comes to
yeah. Smart Conference. Here we go.
Normal sucks.
No, there it is.
Normal is broke and scared. Making a lot of money and having no idea where it went. Normal is you work your whole life and you retire and social insecurity is supposed to take care of you. The government, which is well known for its ability to handle money, is your source. Come on.
Come on. Why are we talking about the government? We're literally not talking about anything that related to the government at all. And he's just is this like the tirade of the day? What's happening here?
Well,
nothing in her call had anything to do with this.
Well, he's a conservative, and just to break this down, so the difference between conservatism and liberalism or leftism is liberals and leftists believe in equality, right? Equality under the law. Everybody gets equally treated under the law. Leftists generally believe in equity too, that people should have equal opportunity and equal advantage. Conservatives believe in hierarchy. They believe that some people should be above the law, above the rule. I mean, that's just basic political science. I mean, you could probably Wikipedia conservatism and liberalism. This country was founded on liberalism. It was founded on John Locke, who's the father of liberalism. If you read the Constitution, the Constitution is basically a big ripoff of John Locke in his book, Second Treatise of Government. But that's the whole point is we have to sit down. If you are not succeeding, it's not because there's an issue. It's because it's a failure. It's a personal failure. If you're a conservative, you have to believe that. Right? If you get cancer, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because it's a personal failure of yours. Right? They have to believe that. And that's kind of what he's pushing here. Right? It's not because of your circumstance. It's not because of your environment. It's you. When the reality is that's not true. We can statistically prove that's not true.
Maybe he'll end with a nice, sunny, upbeat thought.
Oh yeah, he's in that body position now with the folded arms. Yeah.
Right. Let's hear his bright sunshine.
Terrible measuring stick to look at your broke friends and go, well, I think I'm doing okay because I'm doing as good as my friends are.
It's toxic culture, period. You can't look at the normal person's marriage and go, I want to be like that. No, because most of them don't have good marriage. They're not doing the right stuff. Most of them don't have good mental health. Most of them don't have good careers. You don't want to be normal.
God did not put you on this earth to be average.
There's a reason we look up to people that are winning in an area of their life. It's because they're winning. It's because they're doing good stuff. They're making a decision to sacrifice. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness. You can do this stuff, folks. And Katie can do it.
Yep. So there it was.
I mean,
prove my point. It's all about. It's on you. If you're successful, it's because you're smart or wonderful or whatever it is. What the fuck is that? All right. Okay.
I like that face.
There it was. Yeah, that was. She seemed happy. Dave didn't, but she seemed pretty good. I don't know.
Right.
We can get copyrighted for that. I don't care. Yeah, no, it's always that's the thing I hate about this is it's very conservative and the mindset is always you're the failing. You're the problem. If I'm rich and successful, right? It's because I know what I'm doing. Right? Not because my father gave me the money. It's me. But you, who didn't have a rich father, you're not successful. That's on you.
Yep, I gotta be the bootstrap queen.
Well, that whole joke about pull yourself up by your bootstraps is from Baron von Munchausen. And the idea is he pulled himself up from his bootstraps. And the joke is, bend over, grab your shoelaces or your bootstraps, and try to pull yourself up without letting go. You can't. That's the joke. It cannot be done. So when they say that, they're talking about something that's impossible. They don't understand the joke and the irony, which is amazing to me. Dave, he had a lot of advantages. And, to sit there and like we're going to piss on this poor woman. I mean, and she's doing good. She's making $83,000. I mean, single mother, working her ass off. She spends some extra money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would be sitting there going, okay, well, let's talk about this, Katie. Let's talk about how much are you spending? What are you spending it on? I'm not going to sit there and say, well, no, you can't eat out anymore. You can't buy any clothes. You can't take your kid to Chuck E. Cheese because fuck them. Right? I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to sit there and go, okay, well, let's talk about how do we cut back. Maybe we spend a little bit less on clothes. Maybe we spend less on this, and now you've got some extra cash. And now we're in a better position. That would be a much more practical way to talk to somebody as opposed to, well, no, you're screwing up, you're fucking up, you can't have any luxuries, you gotta... Is she gonna stick with that?
No. Look, how about that terrible advice about this? Let's not put any money into our retirement. I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be really high, but geez, let's get the free money, people. Free money.
And it's not even that. Here's where it's really fucked up. So if you believe this person is a fuck up or irresponsible or whatever it is, and they're not being smart with their money. And let me go to this real quick. So let's say, we built this real quick. So Katie would be putting about 486. Oh, I'm sorry. She'd be putting, 6,640 into that account, into her retirement savings, because that would be 8%, right?
Okay. Yep.
Are you telling me? So that's over $500 a month. That's almost $600 a month, right? You telling me a woman who's already overspending, if you put another $600 a month in her paycheck, that she's gonna not spend that? If you don't trust her to not spend it now, right? Why would you trust that if you gave her $600 cash, she wouldn't do something stupid with it, like blow it on shoes?
No, we gotta start off getting the budget stuff figured out. Really.
Yeah. But we broke this down real quick just to make it easy. So let's say she has, so under Dave's strategy, the little strategy he gave her, I said 20,000, 27,000 in credit. I assumed 18%. If she paid that off over 10 years, she'd be paying $46 a month. So it would be about $5,838 a year, right? And then if she adds her retirement savings, if she stops her saving in retirement, she takes the extra $6,000 a year that she's putting in retire, $6,600. She loses her $1,400 in tax savings on that money, and she loses her employer contribution of $2,905. So she's losing whatever that is. What is that? $4,300 in benefits per year. So she's paying $12,478 a year because she's taken all that money and thrown it at the debt. She could pay the debt off in 33 months. It's 2.76 years, 2.75 years. Now, for Dave's benefit, I say, okay, let's say she then immediately resumes her retirement, right? Which is, would she? Do we know? I mean,
Well,
she might not.
His plan, she's supposed to.
Yeah, but she
so
might.
Let's say she does.
We're saying she does.
The fact that she's following his plan.
All right, so I'm going to assume 6% annual growth, just as an easy number to throw out there. And so she saves the extra $5,838 that she would have been otherwise, and she invests that. Not in her retirement account, but maybe in another account. So by year 10, after 10 years, Katie would have $134,000 in retirement or savings. Right? So she paid it off. So she stopped it. She paid it off in 2.5 or 2.75 years. And then by the end of that 10-year period, she'd have $134,000. Okay. Let's say she didn't stop her retirement savings. Okay. Let's say she just paid the $486 a month. We fixed her budget, whatever. And she just makes the regular payments. She's still putting in her $6,640 a year in her retirement, in the 8%. She's getting her $1,400 in tax savings every year, and she's getting $2,900 from her employer from their matching, which I did 3.5. So after 10 years, she'd have $125,000 in that account, which is less than $134,000, but 125 is still good. But she'd also have an extra $14,000 in tax savings. So she'd be positive $139,000. So she's already beat Dave over a 10-year period. But let's say she takes her $1,400 a year in tax savings, and she pays down the loan each year just using that $1,400, right? She'd pay off the car in 6.23 years, and she'd have $149,000 in her retirement account after 10. So she'd really kick Dave's ass here by about $15,000.
And that is her not stopping the retirement savings.
Well, right. And the retirement savings is a no-brainer because it goes in every month without her thinking about it. if you're saying, well, no, stop that, take the money in cash, and then pay your shit with it, right? Pay the credit cards. That's ridiculous because you already don't trust her to. I mean, if she's in that kind of credit card debt, it's probably not wise to give her cash and expect her to pay her bills and not use it for something else. And they even said it, well, 80% of it's behavior.
They didn't do anything to address the behavior.
Right. Well, that's the point. Is like I'm not. You know, if you're an alcoholic, you don't buy a bottle of whiskey and go, okay, well, I have the bottle of whiskey, but I'm going to use it for this party over here, and I'm not going to drink. But I'm going to keep it in my house for a week until I go to the party, and I'm not going to drink it. That's not fucking reasonable. That's not fair. Why would you torture somebody like that? If somebody has a problem with spending, and you give them an extra $600 or $700 a month, and just go, oh no, you're going to put that towards your bills. Are they? Why don't you do it automatically?
Are they?
Well,
I feel like no.
Well, why not just do an automatic payment? Make it easy on them. I mean,
right.
That's the beauty of the modern world. They don't have to balance a checkbook. Do an automatic payment. It's gone before you know it's gone. You don't have to think about it. Right? And with the credit situation, I and this would be my argument up, down, and sideways, is the problem with credit cards and people running up credit debt is about 52% of people have credit debt, or that have credit cards have credit debt. My argument with that is a lot of it is they just don't know how to use a credit card.
It's true. There is proper use of a credit card and not proper use of a credit card. Maybe we should do a future video on some of that.
I have the Dave Ramsey clip special. We will cover that because they.
All right.
Oh, because Skippy explains credit cards to us.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
It's so great. It's so great. He explains.
I guess I'll have to wait for that one to roll out.
Well, and he explains to us how he's such a wonk and a numbers guy, and he really understands this stuff. And then he fucks it all up. It's great. It's fucking great. No, we're gonna do that.
I can't wait.
We're gonna do
that down the pipeline.
Next week. Next week we're gonna do that. It's.
But we gotta deal with budgets first. We gotta talk budgets because this has opened up a whole budget can of worms. So
yeah,
you'll find us linked below to get you to budgets too.
Yeah, and definitely check out the video about budgeting because that's always the first and most important thing is you got to know where your money's coming in, where it's going out. If you understand that, you're in a good position to start making decisions and having excess and doing whatever. But you have to know what you're doing. My other comment on this video, it's just like you said, it's just advertising and evangelical bullshit. It's just yada yada yada. So, and you're chastising a 32-year-old woman who's a single mom, and you're doing nothing to help. Oh, take our class for 9 weeks. Yeah, because a single mom has lots of fucking free time.
Right.
I lived with a single mother in high school. They don't have free time.
No.
If they get 20 minutes, they just want to fucking, take a bath and watch Sex in the City or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, it's just, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, here, buy our app. Here's our class program. But it was so telling because it's like they had no advice, no answers. They had nothing. Their whole system fell apart. And it's a simple case. I'm $27,000 in credit debt and I overspend. Okay.
Right. Let's figure out your budget.
Let's get a budget.
Wherever you're overspending.
Let's get a budget. Let's try to manage that.
Match for your retirement, right? maybe not putting any more in there because we need to get rid of some debt. Maybe that's a choice we make. Fine, but we're at least going to get the free money.
No, but it's and what do? They immediately ran away. Oh, take the class. I'll pay for it. No, take the class. Oh yeah, I'll give you the app. Oh yeah, come to our seminar. Da da da. We'll plug all that shit. But it's like
they plugged that seminar like 3 times.
Yeah, but the other thing about it is like it's like you're walking down the street and you see a squirrel and you run away. And that's what happened. She did not have a complicated problem here. But they don't have a solution because it doesn't fit into their model.
Right, it's true.
I mean, that's what's so amazing about that video.
I have a feeling next time we're going to see some more amazing videos. We're going to have lots of thoughts about
Oh my God, there's so much good stuff. I gotta tell you, man, Dave Ramsey show is like a treasure trove of. I'm not going to call them names, but it's a treasure trove of enjoyment. Enjoyment. You know how it's funny when somebody falls down? I mean, not always.
You kind of don't mean for it to be, but it kind of still is, yeah.
No, imagine somebody falling down who you really dislike. Even funnier. It's so rewarding. Yeah, they're wrong on so much shit. But anyway, you have anything else you want to add, or?
No. Feel free to check out some of my material on Sense with Sense, mysensewithsense.com, and Duncan, where can they check us out? They
can check us out at our email address, which will be linked below with Sense with Sense. Our email address is gossipfinancead@outlook. And thank you all for showing up, and thank you, Lacey. Good work.
And we'll see you next time.
Adios.